What's up, everyone? So we are currently in the year 2020, as you all hopefully know. Our phones have gotten pretty large and become a lot better for media consumption. Something I'm wondering is if budget Android tablets still have a viable use case. With us today, we have the Vankyo S7 tablet, which goes for $70, and we're going to find out. To start things off, what's the point of even having a tablet? It is purely for media consumption, unless you have like an iPad Pro, and then you can do a little media creation. But playing games, watching Netflix for 5 consecutive hours, surfing the internet while you lay in bed, stuff like that. No one is really walking around using their tablet for photography and anything else. And if you are, then stop. Anyway, most likely the phone you're carrying around with you everywhere can do all those things as well. So the real point of a tablet is that bigger screen it provides. But as you know, most phone screens are pretty big. My iPhone 11 Pro Max has a 6.5 inch screen. So if you are going to have a tablet, it should probably be at least a few inches bigger than your phone, if not more. The S7 tablet has a screen size of 7 inches, so it's not that much bigger than my phone. If we look at my older Fire tablet, we can see a much larger difference in size, which I think is essential. Something that's also important is the resolution and quality of the screen. Most phones nowadays are at least 1080p, so if your phone isn't at least 1080p, then you're sacrificing the quality of your content. Now, this doesn't matter if you're using the tablet for purely web browsing and some very simple games, but for everything else, it's going to be noticeable. The S7 here has an IPS display with a resolution of 1024 by 600, which is 169 ppi, a little less than 720p, so not quite HD. The colors and viewing angles are good, but the resolution isn't really ideal for media consumption. But I don't really want to be too hard on this thing just because it is only $70. I think for most people, a lower end tablet would most likely sit beside their bed and be something to watch YouTube on or play around with at the end of the day. But if the tablet's screen is only a tiny bit bigger than their phones and the resolution is worse, you might as well just do whatever you were going to do on your phone because you will be getting a better experience. Something that is nice though about this tablet is that it's running the newest version of Android P or 9. You see a lot of budget tablets that are running older versions of the OS, so this is good to see. Inside the S7 is a quad-core processor clocked at 1.3 GHz, 32 gigs of storage, which should be fine for the use case, a Mali T820 GPU, and 2 gigs of RAM. Performance is exactly what you would expect. You can run most less intensive games, and there are plenty of hiccups while doing anything, and just everything isn't very responsive. Pretty much what you are getting is what you paid for. Something that's actually not too bad about this tablet is the design. It doesn't look half bad. Yes, the bezels are a bit chunky, but look at that nice chamfer on the edges of the device, and the camera looks good even though it is trying to trick you into thinking there's 2 cameras instead of 1. And speaking of cameras, there usually never highlights on a tablet, and well, you've got 2 potatoes here, but that doesn't really matter. With most budget tablets, they can feel extremely cheap sometimes, but with the S7 it doesn't feel too bad. It has a little bit of weight to it, and the construction seems like it should be able to hold up to some drops. The back material is this textured plastic that feels kind of scratchy. I am never a fan of how this feels, but it does give the tablet a little more grip in the hand. As well, everything you get in the box includes, of course, the tablet itself, a micro USB charging cable, and some paperwork. It does also come with a pre-installed plastic screen protector, but I was quick to remove that as they are probably one of my least favorite things to touch on the planet. Now that we've seen everything this tablet has to offer, is it worth having, or why would you want something like this? As I talked about earlier, the point of a tablet is for media consumption or maybe media creation, but that's definitely more in the higher end of things. For watching video on YouTube, Netflix, etc., I don't think this would be any better than watching on your phone, mainly due to that sub 720p resolution. The speakers aren't any good as well. Also, the specs aren't good enough to offer an enjoyable gaming experience. In general, a budget Android tablet in 2020 doesn't really serve a purpose to the majority of people. It most likely doesn't give them anything they don't already have, but better with their phone. Now, if you have a super budget phone, then I guess something like this could be seen as an upgrade to you. The audience I think these products fit the best, though, are kids. Kids don't know any better and probably don't care about resolution and blah blah blah. If it works at any capacity, it's probably fine for them. As for the S7 in particular, it's basically what you'd expect in the quality to cost ratio for something that goes for $70. Thanks for watching. The link to this tablet is in the description below. As well, don't forget to subscribe for more upcoming videos. And as always, I'll see you guys in the next one.